poppin' gamers? WQ'd here. You already know what's good. Guys, if you want to be an alpha gamer like me, make sure to pop that subscribe button right now and you level up into an alpha gamer. You're gonna level up your gameplay, you're gonna level up your brain, you're gonna level up everything about you. You're gonna click faster, you're gonna click smarter, you're gonna click longer, you're gonna go longer, you're gonna do more with your mouse, you're gonna do more with your gamepad. That's what it means to be an alpha gamer. It means winning, and that means taking a dab on the hater's corpse. After you body him, you put him in a little body bag, then you sit on his corpse, and you hit a little fresh dab, dude. You hit the quan on the side, you know what I'm saying? Now guys, also make sure, hold up guys, I found a black and white kitten, East Amazon in Hilliard. Found at a busy intersection was in a dangerous position. Is that me, dude? Was I found as a black cat? That's right, you guys already know what's good. I'm the most dangerous gamer of all time, the most dangerous speedrunner. People fear me, and you're gonna get feared too by weak gamers when you wear my alpha gamer merchandise. You are gonna look like the most threatening, the most alpha, the most imposing gamer on the block, in the LAN room, on the team. So I've been playing a lot of League of Legos lately, and I really like this game. I've been playing it for like 8 years, and I think it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of good memes. You know, there's just good stuff. I'm incredibly good at it. I used to be in rank 1 back in 2015, you know, and I've been playing it. I've been cooking in season 8, you know, season 8, and I'm already looking like I'm gonna be rank 1 again, you know, it's no big deal. And so I'm playing, you know, League of Legends, and this new game called, I think it's called Fortnite, comes out, and I'm like, what is this little cartoony, like, Roblox, Mega Bloks looking like Minecraft game? Like, what is this? Like, what's going on here? So I'm, you know, watching all these Twitch streamers, and they're playing this Fortnite game. I'm like, well, it seems kind of boring, and it seems like it's just a bad game. This will never get popular. This will never go anywhere. Fast forward a few months, and Fortnite is off killing League of Legends. But let's go to the specifics, because is Fortnite really killing League of Legends, much like I'm killing the YouTube game, much like I'm killing everyone on the League of Legends server, you know? Am I being called Fortnite when I go into the WQ'd? Hey guys, look, what a nice poster. I mean, seems like a nice thing to put up on your yard. Can't be a political agenda behind that. Yeah, that can't have any subversive political meaning. It just seems like a nice thing to say, right? I mean, who could disagree with that, right? Holy shit, guys, I found a jackpot. I found a free table, and it looks like some drawers. It's some kind of ruler. I guess it's like measures my dick size. Yeah, this seems about correct length. Seems about the right size. Anyway, gamer, so I'm playing League of Legends and I'm having a lot of fun, and then this Fortnite game, it keeps getting more popular. I go to the Twitch followers page, and Fortnite has 20 million people following it. I'm like, that's a lot. I check League of Legends. League of Legends only has 12 million people following it. So Fortnite's basically twice as big for active people following the game. And actually, I think if you look at the numbers, it's closer to like 3 times as big. And actually guys, if you look at the viewer numbers, I think Fortnite has like 5 times as many viewers. And then if you look at the YouTube views, oh, and then you look at the YouTube subscribers. Oh yeah, so League of Legends is like completely dead. And Fortnite killed League of Legends, which took 8 years for any game to be bigger than League of Legends, which is pretty ridiculous. Yeah, how many games in the past 8 years came out that people wanted to kill League of Legends? PUBG, Hearthstone, Overwatch, Dota 2. There's a bunch of other examples as well, and all of these games, a lot of them at their peak had more viewers than League of Legends, but realistically none of them had anything near what League had ever at any point. And so none of them really did it, and then over time, a lot of those games, you saw a drastic fall off in players and viewer base, and you never really saw that in League of Legends. I think League of Legends did truly peak in season 3, and then 4 and 5 were good, and then there's a huge drop off after season 5. So Fortnite actually did go way above and beyond every one of these other games and League of Legends, and not only that, in the past 3 months, League of Legends numbers have drastically dropped. They've been reduced. They are very low. They're not doing well. WQ'd had 10,000 viewers yesterday, which is the lowest I've ever seen him have in my life. The North American LCS had sub 100,000 viewers, which is the lowest I've ever seen it have in my life. So yeah, it looks like League of Legends is dead and Fortnite's the new thing, but I've been playing League a lot lately, and when I'm playing it, I don't think Fortnite's killing it, and I don't think the game's actually dying when I'm playing the game, and I think there's more going on. So from the outside, it looks really bad for League of Legends, but on the inside, when you get deeper into League of Legends and when you're actually playing the game actually feels totally fine. And right now, the current patch and the current iteration is actually kind of good. It's a little wonky for competitive play because they just revamped the whole season, but truthfully, it's not so bad, and I think it'll come around. So in order to truly understand League of Legends' rise and where it currently stands, in contrast with Fortnite, we have to go back to the beginning. So let's go back to 2010 and 2011 when League of Legends got really popular. So competitive gaming's been around for actual several decades. If you look at the Billy Mitchell, like the Twin Galaxies and the arcade gaming scene, although most of that is pretty hard to break into and there's a lot of corruption, but competitive gaming's been at least around for another decade outside of that. In computer games, things like Quake, very underground speedrunning, and very underground Melee, and also StarCraft and some other computer games. But mostly, if you wanted to go competitive, or you wanted to go pro in gaming, basically you had to go to a very niche, a very underground scene, and you really wouldn't be recognized for anything, or you lived in Korea. But the thing is, there was this huge generation of people that still wanted to play games competitively, or try in a game with their friends, and so this is normal human nature. So there's this booming generation. So League of Legends actually came out in 2009. In 2010 and 2011, it got very popular. Now the thing about League of Legends is it was free game, so it was very accessible, it was very fun, and it was a directly competitive game. There's also a very healthy competitive scene that the company was trying to promote. And so what happened is you had a considerable amount of people in my generation, high schoolers and college students, and even your average 25-year-old gamer back in the day, they were aggressively playing League of Legends because it was finally a mainstream competitive outlet. So League of Legends really started snowballing in 2010, 11, and 12, and it's the type of thing you could go to school and you would just find random people you never heard of before, you've never talked to before, and you would not expect to play League, and they would be playing League of Legends, and they would be playing with their friends and in their own friend groups. And that's another huge advantage League of Legends had, where it was a very social game, so you had to play with people and you could play with people. And for a long time, the actual League of Legends client was being used as a form of social media, and this contrasted with Facebook back in 2010, 11, 12, especially when people started to realize Facebook kind of sucks. It kind of sucks, and it's not a good idea, to be honest. So instead, people would get on the League of Legends client and they would just use that as a form of social media. So this was a big deal, and it was booming, and it was very profitable. So in 2013, this was a big deal because in 2013, there's two very big things that happened, and I'm guessing there was a number of other things that happened that hurt League of Legends numbers a lot. Other forms of mainstream competition were created, or they were unearthed, they were unsurfaced, and people started to realize they didn't have to play League of Legends if they wanted to play a competitive game with their friends in a mainstream sense. So AGDQ 2013 happened, and then EVO 2013 happened for Melee, and both of those happened in 2013, and both of those suddenly peaked and they suddenly spiked. And also there's the advent of Twitch becoming very popular, and then you also saw a lot of other companies, big companies like Blizzard, were realizing that this model, this free-to-play model, was very lucrative and it was very good at gating players to play your game. And so they started creating all these games like Hearthstone and Overwatch with the same model as League of Legends, and then a lot of people started switching out of League of Legends. They started playing other games like Overwatch, Melee, they started speedrunning, and these other communities and these other games actually developed. And I think a lot of why League of Legends kind of fell off is mostly because people realized they could do anything besides playing League. You didn't have to play League in 2013, 2014 anymore. You could do other things. And then fast forward 5 years and there's this budding 12-year-old audience that does not play League and basically can't play League and has no interest. And what they do is they're waiting for a new game, and then Fortnite comes out, it's really colorful. basically they just play Fortnite. So yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense. I think it's reasonable for Fortnite to do so well and for League to fall off so much in the past 5 years. And truthfully, I don't think League ever really fell off. Like, Melee almost died when Brawl came out, and speedrunning was a few hundred people this decade at some point. You did not have this market in 2010. In 2009, this market didn't exist because people weren't as involved online, and every single 9-year-old kid didn't have an iPad that you could play Fortnite on. Like right now, where every single kid under 12 years old has an iPad that you can play Fortnite on. You didn't have this in 2009 and 2010, and people weren't as active and involved, especially children, weren't as involved online on YouTube and on Twitch they are right now. And so a lot of Fortnite's success is due to taking control, taking advantage of this population. There's another thing about Fortnite is that it's really easy to copy. It's a copy of PUBG, which was a copy of a previous game, which was a copy of a previous game, and it's continually getting like goofier and like more colorful. But there's this game called Realm Royale which came out a few days ago, and this looks exactly like Fortnite. In fact, I thought it was Fortnite, but it's better. It actually looks better than Fortnite. Like, mechanically it's better. It looks like more fun. It looks like they took the Fortnite mechanics, they took out what was bad. They put in some new stuff that was like more in line with traditional gaming. It looks really good, and I'm thinking this could actually kill Fortnite. Like, I don't think League of Legends is dying. I think Fortnite is dying. Most of Fortnite's audience does not care about Fortnite, and the game's too easy to copy. This audience cares about Ninja, and they care about Twitch streaming, and they care about progressive normie values that no gamer cares about. The actual game itself doesn't really have any value, and that's a big problem for longevity. Another problem is there's basically no competitive scene in Fortnite, and if you guys didn't know this, if there's no competitive scene in something, it basically has no longevity value. So this is actually one reason I think League of Legends has lived past 8 years, because admittedly, the League of Legends competitive scene is a complete joke. It is absolutely like stupid, but it's still probably the best competitive scene in mainstream esports. I think Melee has the best competitive scene, but in mainstream esports, League definitely has the best competitive scene. If you go around and search for Fortnite competitive players, a lot of the actual pros have like less than 5,000 Twitter followers, which is ridiculous. That's like so bad, especially in 2018. I've never seen a League of Legends pro outside of the recent few years, the really random new pros that nobody knows about. They have about the same number of followers as current Fortnite pros. When League was in its heyday, I've never seen a dude with less than 5,000 Twitter followers, a pro gamer. And it was the same with Melee. There's no Melee pro player that has less than 5,000 Twitter followers. And Melee is like considerably smaller than Fortnite. How do Fortnite pros have 5,000 followers? Like, that's ridiculously small. Another thing about League of Legends is that nobody was actually able to copy it. Where a lot of people tried to copy League of Legends, like Smite and Vainglory, but nobody was actually able to copy it. And then, but the problem with Fortnite is that it's actually a direct copy of PUBG, and Realm Royale is a direct copy of Fortnite, and we know there's going to be more copies of this. Plus, it's competitively playing Fortnite, it's like pretty much impossible. I don't even know how to play this game competitively. Seems like a nightmare if you wanted to have a serious tournament for Fortnite. I've seen a lot of not serious tournaments for Fortnite, and it's great for views and it's great for memes, but truthfully, nobody cares. If you have a good competitive tournament, that is going to give you a meaningful long-term stability. So guys, I want you to see this tweet. This guy says, Smash 4 is good and respected at WQ. And that's because I said they want it to be good, which is not Brawl or its sequels. So this was in response to somebody talking about Smash 5, which I also call Brawl 3, and then I said, Smash 5 is going to be bad. Brawl was bad and Smash 4 is bad. And then some guy said, no, Smash 4 is good and respected. So you're actually wrong. Smash 4 is not good and it's not respected, and this is going to be proven when Smash 5 comes out and Smash 4 completely dies. Nobody will ever play it again seriously, and there will never be another real tournament for Smash 4 ever again when Smash 5 comes out. And contrast this to Melee, where when Melee came out, people actually continued to play it through Brawl. When Brawl came out, Brawl actually had bigger numbers than Melee for most of Brawl's career. Smash 4 had bigger or comparable numbers to Melee for most of Smash 4's career, yet Brawl died the day Smash 4 came out. In fact, Brawl died much before Smash 4 came out. Smash 4 will die when Smash 5 comes out, right? Having good numbers doesn't mean it's a good game. A good game is very, very likely to stand the test of time, like Melee, like a lot of speedrun games, right? But having numbers doesn't mean anything. Right now, Fortnite has numbers, but we don't know if Fortnite is actually a good game. And if you look at the science behind the numbers, I don't think Fortnite is actually that good of a game, and I don't think Fortnite is going to stand the test of time. I think Fortnite is going to die in a similar vein that Smash 4 died, in the same way that PUBG kind of died, in the same way that nobody really plays H1Z1 seriously anymore. Not in the same way that League of Legends has maintained a very strong presence in competitive gaming. So no, I don't think League of Legends is dying, and Fortnite is definitely not killing League of Legends. In fact, I think Fortnite has a higher chance of dying within a year or within 5 years than League of Legends. And not only that, back in Apex 2010 when Brawl and Melee were at the same tournament, and I'm pretty sure Brawl had more entrants than Melee, but people who played Melee, they knew it was a better game. People that played Brawl, they had more entrants. Like, they would argue it had more entrants. But the people that played Melee, they cared about it. They knew it was a better game. They knew it would live. 10 years later, nobody cares about Brawl. Nobody plays Brawl. Nobody knows what Brawl is, but people continue to play Melee. So I don't think League is gonna die anytime soon. I think the whole Fortnite craze is the same craze we've seen every single 6 months in the past several years in a growing environment, in a growing atmosphere. I think the game is completely fine. Anyway, gamers, make sure to subscribe to my channel and become an alpha gamer. Also, make sure to buy my t-shirts. They permanently upgrade your gameplay. They permanently make you a better gamer, a more savage gamer, more alpha gamer. Make sure to hit the bell for notifications. Also, guys, make sure to game. Make sure to get out there and game. Play whatever game you want. If you play Fortnite, you'll play Fortnite. If you play League of Legends, play League. If you speedrun, start speedrunning. Get in there, practice, start thinking naturally. It's creating natural strategies, natural solutions. Naturalize your gameplay. Think, whoa, 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 this is good, this is bad. Like, you can take complex situations and turn it into a linear value, and then you can actually create a system of tier lists. Well, now everything's linear. We don't have complex situations anymore. Now everything's linear. We can actually value, oh, this is good and this is bad, and then that's what naturalization is, and then you can actually radically improve as a player, guaranteed by doing what's better than what's worse through this complex tier list. Like, this is groundbreaking. This is pretty incredible. So make sure you guys do that, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.